What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. You feel me? Today we got a lot of crazy videos for y'all to see. You feel me? Like sightings of UFOs and Congress talking about UFOs. You feel me? So we're gonna jump right into it. You feel me?
What are you blowing the whistle on?
Directed energy weapon systems is something that people need to get into their vocabulary fast.
I don't know if this is some kind of sick joke, but the Mexican government just announced that they have alien bodies and they literally revealed them in front of the Mexican Congress. Check it out.
Vamos a descubrir en este momento esos cuerpos que, de acuerdo a los científicos que van a declararlo aquí, son seres no humanos que no son parte de nuestra evolución terrestre.
I didn't mean to laugh, but I seen a video on TikTok of somebody that made a cake just like that, man. And they cut the face off to show everybody that it was a cake. So I don't know about this one. Might be real, might be not. Who knows? I think it might be real though.
De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14, estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad. Es decir, no se trata de seres que fueron recuperados en naves, que son estrellamientos, sino son seres que estaban sepultados en minas de diatomea, tierra de diatomea. La diatomea es una alga fosilizada con 17 millones de antigüedad, es fitoplancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo y al desaparecer se fosilizó. Y la diatomea tiene características extraordinarias. Deseca a los cuerpos, no permite el crecimiento de bacterias ni de hongos. Por tanto, permitió preservar estos cuerpos por...
Okay, I'm thinking, they said they dry the body and they preserving it. Like, is that what we think? Or is this thing sleeping? You feel like the movie, like Transformers, like how the robots be sleeping, you feel me? But anyway, let's get to it.
1000 años desecados. No se trata de momias, se trata de cuerpos que están íntegros, completos, que no han sido manipulados en su interior y que tienen una serie de elementos que los hacen verdaderamente extraordinarios.
We should have disclosure today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come. The American public has a right to learn about technologies of unknown origins, non-human intelligence, and unexplainable phenomena.
The UFO is emerging as a major topic of global importance. It's been so difficult to get here today. I've said, you know, in the Baptist church, we'd say that the devil's in our way. And,
guys, it's bad. It's getting bad. Oh man! So this Congressman Tim Burchett, he got briefed on some of this UAP stuff that's going on, and yeah, as soon as he was debriefed, he came outside and he made, you know, he had a little conference and he made a statement. Whatever he saw in those videos or whatever he was briefed on, he is afraid. He's scared. He's basically saying that they could turn us into charcoal if they want. This technology, we cannot deal with it. What he said, we're dealing with alien tech right now. This is not human. We have no chance, no shot, basically, he's saying. This is crazy. This is like the 4th or 5th senator to speak on this. So, like, I don't know, man. We're getting disclosure soon. We're getting disclosure. Every day we're getting drips, like a little drip of an IV, man. And it's also crazy about, you know, I mean, I guess since we're still here, since we're still alive, these aliens don't want to do us any harm because they could have done it already a long time ago. So I feel good about that. But yeah, like I said, I'm keeping you guys posted on all this UFO stuff. It's coming to light. We're going to be having Christmas with aliens. Who the fuck knows? But I'm keeping y'all posted.
We have an F-22 fighter jet chasing a UFO, and it can't keep up. Oh my god, he just got gapped. He just got gapped. Nah, but this one's gonna get caught. Yeah, he needs to do like LS swap or something. He's way too slow.
Officially, aliens, or what they call UFO, does exist. Do not believe me? Hear this. In the 26th of July, 2023, the U.S. Congress decided to have a meeting where they invited all the members of Congress, including a former U.S. intelligence official and a couple of pilots who worked for the U.S. Navy. Now, these weren't just ordinary guys. No, my friend. These were agents who held high positions in the government, so much so that everyone in America knew their names. David Grouch, David Fryver, and Ryan Graves. These were the three who stood in front of the court and swore to tell the truth inside the U.S. Congress. And what they announced was shocking. David Grosh said that there is a secret work project of the Ministry of Intelligence that contains the events of spacecraft crashes and also supervises the transfer of alien objects, and promised to give full evidence in a special session. As for his friends, they gave evidence for their testimony. But what David Frewer said was really interesting, as he said that he and his teammates were recalled in 2004 due to foreign objects on the radar. And the shock was that they found an oval-shaped, smooth object that had no features, and it was so fast that it covered a distance of 100 kilometers in 1 second and disappeared completely. He was able to photograph it via radar, and what confirms this is that he told them during the session that he had 2 pilot witnesses with him, and now the session did not reveal anything new. What do you think about this?
Security, Representatives Burchett and Luna. My name is Ryan Fobbs Graves, and I am a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy, including 2 deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Inherent Resolve. I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here, UAP are in our airspace, but they are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena. The stigma attached to UAP is real and powerful and challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses, and is only compounded by recent government claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021, all UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers, and I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace. At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach, 2 F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter.
He's saying the sound of a clear sphere. That means that's the defensive system. You feel me? That's common sense. It's common sense. They already know how we are. You feel me? They already know we're gonna shoot on them. We might shoot on them and that thing might come right back at us.
The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings. Soon, these encounters became so frequent that aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. Recognizing the need for action and answers, I founded Americans for Safe Aerospace. The organization has since become a haven for UAP witnesses who were previously unspoken due to the absence of a safe intake process. More than 30 witnesses have come forward, and almost 5,000 Americans have joined us in the fight for transparency at safeaerospace.org. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines. Often, they are veterans with decades of flying experience. Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet, potentially in low Earth orbit or in the gray zone below the Kármán line. making inexplainable maneuvers like right-hand turns and retrograde orbits or J-hooks. Sometimes these reports are reoccurring, with numerous recent sightings north of Hawaii and in the North Atlantic. Other veterans are also coming forward to us regarding UAP encounters in our airspace and oceans. The most compelling involve observations of UAP by multiple witnesses and sensor systems. I believe these accounts are only scratching the surface, and more will share their experiences once it is safe to do so. In closing, I recognize the skepticism surrounding this topic. If everyone could see the sensor and video data I witnessed, our national conversation would change. I urge us to put aside stigma and address the security and safety issue this topic represents. If UAP are foreign drones, it is an urgent national security problem. If it is something else, it is an issue for science. In either case, unidentified objects are concerned for flight safety. The American people deserve to know what is happening in our skies. It is long overdue. Thank you.
What the fuck? This shit's changing different shapes, bro. It's just a circle. Look, 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 look.
I think it's just spinning. That make it look like it's changing different shapes.
It's just
Or
hovering.
is it?
Fuck.
I seen something like that before.
What the fuck?
I seen something like that before.
So a man sailing, right, on a parachute. This is called parasailing. The man captures what looks like the Black Knight satellite, which is a UFO that's known to keep an eye over the Earth and observe Earth. And it just happens to be in California in this video. You could see him turning his head to see if he could get a good shot of it.
Yeah, it's circling him.
Absolutely incredible and stunning footage. Share and like, guys. Fuck.
I had that on.
What the fuck?
But yeah, man, this thing's all real. I've seen it myself.
Mr. Graves and Fravor, in the event that your encounters have become hostile, would you have had the capability to defend yourself, your crew, your aircraft?
Absolutely not.
Sir?
No.
Is there any indication that these UAPs are interested in our nuclear technology and capabilities?
Yes.
Sure, that could be a fair assessment, yeah. Yes.
Mr. Grush, why is it that you refer to the phenomenon as non-human intelligence? Why deviate from the basis of extraterrestrial life?
I think the phenomenon is very complex, and I like to leave an open mind analytically to specific origin.
When you say specific origin, are you referring, can you elaborate on that for those that might not?
If it's a traditional extraterrestrial origin or something else that we don't quite understand from either biological or astrophysics perspective, yeah, I just like to keep an open mind on what it could be.
So have you formed any general conclusions about what you think you experienced then?
Yes, I think what we experienced was, like I said, well beyond the material science and the capabilities that we had at the time, that we have currently, or that we're going to have in the next 10 to 20 years.
What's the most vivid, concrete sighting with the naked eye of the objects that you described before, the cube-like objects?
Certainly. I think the most vivid sighting of that would have been near a near midair that we had at the entrance to our working area. One of these objects was completely stationary at the exact entrance to our working areas, not only geographically but also at altitude. So it was right where all the jets are going, essentially on the eastern seaboard. The two aircraft flew within about 50 feet of the object, and that was a very close visual sighting.
And you were in one of the aircraft?
I was not. I was there when the pilot landed. He canceled the mission after, and I was there. He was in the ready room with all his gear on, with his mouth open. And I asked him what the problem was, and he said he almost hit one of those darn things.
He said he was 50 feet away from it?
Yes, sir.
And his description of the object was consistent with the description you gave us before?
A dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere.
Inside of a clear sphere?
Yes.
And with no self-evident propulsion system?
No wings, no IR energy coming off of the vehicle, nothing tethering it to the ground. And that was primarily what we were experiencing out there.
We thank you. And I do want to also thank the people in the audience and the people that are watching this. It can't be people all over the world that have kept this.
That's just one they're telling us about. They're not telling us all the other ones that they be seeing. They're just telling us about the whatever black square inside of a sphere, clear sphere.
issue alive. You've endured criticism and derogatory remarks, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it. And so God bless y'all. Thank y'all so much.
How does a program like that get funded?
I will give you generalities. I can get very specific in a closed session, but misappropriation of funds and
Does that mean that there is money in the budget that is set to go to a program, but it doesn't, and it goes to something else?
Yes, I have specific knowledge of that. Yep.
Has the U.S. government become aware of actual evidence of extraterrestrial, otherwise unexplained forms of intelligence? And if so, when do you think this first occurred?
I like to use the term non-human. I don't like to denote origin. Keeps the aperture open, both scientifically. Certainly, like I've discussed publicly previously, 1930s.
Or do you have any personal knowledge of someone who's possibly been injured working on legacy UAP reverse engineering?
Yes.
Okay. How were they injured? Is it something like a radioactive type situation or something we didn't understand?
You could imagine assessing an unknown unknown. There's a lot of potentialities you can't fully prepare for.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this?
He says some people be getting injured when they trying to like reverse technology, like some of them ships.
This craft.
As I've stated publicly already, you could imagine assessing an unknown unknown. There's a lot of potentialities you can't fully prepare for.
Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Yep.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super. Thank you.
Well, that's it, y'all. As y'all already know, it's only a matter of time, man, till a whole bunch of motherfucking UFOs start pulling up. But anyway, we're gonna see how it goes. If y'all like the video and y'all want to see more, like, comment, subscribe. And by the way, I want to say thank you for everybody for subscribing. Thank you for 2,000 subscribers. Peace.